Hi, I'm Carcina.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. And your boy Cino was right. I told y'all it was coming. Y'all didn't believe me. I said Hove is coming out with a rap. Now, here's the thing. What people don't understand is I have people that know what's going on, like people that are still in this music business. How did I know Jay-Z was going to do what he just did 6 days ago? They already told me Jay is going to respond. And he's going to use his tour, his concert. Like, this is only the beginning, folks. Oh, no, there you might be getting an album from Jay. You might be getting an album from Jay. But same person who said, told you, came out, he's in Philly tonight for this fest. So he knew this was coming. When he did the whole intro and all this, that Jay was finna go there, like his people knew, all the people knew Jay was finna respond. So they were all getting like boasting that this is finna happen. That Drake then bumped his head. Like he's really lost his mind. And Jay was so hot because he was really being nice to him in the interviews, not really going out of his way to say anything about Kendrick. And was like, no, we was just picking the best thing. Like, he hate what happened to Drake and everything else. But now, the way you throwing shots at him on that album, like multiple shots at him, he wasn't going to take that. So I'm going to break down everything that you didn't see or what you saw and probably didn't understand. A lot of it is really clear cut, but some people might not understand it. It's hip hop. So here we go. Now we're going to go through all of these lyrics and bars by Jay that you probably all heard by now, but I don't know if you understand.
The leprechauns have magically run out of planes. Your son on the federal jail line mumbling something about having too much in his drink. You know how dumb that is? Another.
That's a shot at Tory Lanez. Once he said the leprechaun, you already know it's Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez is like 4'2". Talking about he mumbling and yumming something. Talking about he having too much in his drink. You know how dumb that sounds? He's basically pointing out, like, dude, you did all this to yourself. I ain't did nothing to you. You the one that was talking about, oh, I had too much to drink that night. You the one on the phone making the confessions to all this shit. What's that got to do with Jay-Z? How does anything, you the one did that? You know how stupid that sounds? Exactly. You're the one making phone calls apologizing for what happened that night. You had too much to drink. And now all of a sudden you doing this. What does that have to do with Jay-Z? Is what he's saying. I pick up all of it. Might be some stuff I miss, I don't know. But that one's clear.
One fumble his wonder how I get the blame. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out their mouth, and somehow I'm the one who done it. It's a murder mystery game.
So, talking about, of course, teeth falling out of his mouth, Dame Dash. So, all these Dame Dash things that's been said, it gets under Jay's skin. I keep telling you, Jay is as sensitive as anything you've ever seen in life, y'all. Don't fall for it. Didn't I tell y'all I know this man probably better than any of you know him? We go way back of knowing Jay. I can't get with that. Know this man's personality. I know what happened with Ether. I seen what it did to him. I know exactly how this man operates. The money and all of that just made it worse. It amplified what's already there, but the ego is still fragile. And once you start throwing shots and jabs at him, it's not gonna be like, oh, Jay don't hear it, Jay's above it, Jay don't, oh no, it irritates. He knows what's gonna get to him and he's gonna respond. When DeHaven spoke and was doing his speaking and all of that, Jay had to respond. He had to go on the record. He had to say, so F DeHaven for caving. This is why we don't speak. Made men ain't supposed to make statements. This is how Jay works through his music. That's how he's going to talk to you. He's not going to approach you and have this conversation. The conversation has to happen like this. Like when him and Drake had the incident before. Because remember, I the one told y'all this was coming. Nobody in the history of music told y'all that he was for the diss Drake on stage live. I'm the only person to tell you that. Not the Shade Room, Academics, Joe Button, none of these bums. They didn't know any goddamn thing. How do I know and they don't know? That's the question they need to be asking. And when I tell y'all, this is just the beginning. How do I know that? Don't worry, we'll get to all of it. We'll do that after we go through this rest of the song. So let's go ahead and finish breaking down this record.
You had to catch Cal and thunk it. Was you who punked his? I'm the one who strung the pain. That hill you can die on. It's way too much flack that comes from those planes. I'm killing them softly. What's understood don't need to be explained. You want it one way, it's the other. I spill on you suckers, I maul you niggas gang. I ain't much for me, it's no how. Cancel the brunches, I remember the hunger pain. The price of the bricks going up. It's gonna cost you a beat to even say my name.
That's a mix with a lot of different people. That whole statement's kind of going out to Kanye and Drake at the same time. Me talking about like basically the billionaire brunch, how he's gotten away from that. Notice there's been no billionaire brunches like since the Diddy stuff been going on, so he canceled the billionaire brunches. Anyway, so all of that's gone, and mostly this is about like Kanye West and the shots he was taking at him and why he don't really deal with him. Just like get that out of here. So that's basically what it is. And this is a shot at Drake. When Drake, I think he has a song called "Whisper My Name," when he was talking about that 500K or dinner with Jay-Z thing that was on the internet. He was like, "Whisper my name." And that's the name of the song. And Jay said, oh no, it's going to cost you a B. Like B, Beyonce, Say My Name, the Destiny Child. It's going to cost you a B to even say my name. So, just a wordplay.
You ever heard of a wonder kid? My children is some of them. Have you niggas no shame? Y'all trying to get understand? I really get understand. That's how I'm playing.
Of course, that's a shot at letting them know, like, Drake, you're trying to get under my skin. I really get under skin. Talking about Rivera getting stabbed, Jay didn't even stab him. I don't know why he keeps going through this.
Y'all thugs with y'all thumbs again. Everybody think they're the ones insane. You're no maniac. Watch y'all saniac in my presence, nigga, straight. I need a new therapist. This shit is not working. I'm truly on the brink. Y'all better not encourage him. Y'all don't want me to think these thoughts that I think. That nut-ass nigga still stuttering.
So when he's saying don't encourage him, he's talking to Drake. Don't y'all encourage him, because you don't want me to go through these thoughts that I think. And you don't really want him to say what he really feels about Drake publicly. Now he's back on Dame Dan.
And Chatty Patty down on his luck again. Quest introduced me to Jaguar. I don't know why I still fuck with him.
Questlove introduced him to Jaguar Wright when she was singing for the Roots. Jag was back when she was sane. So that's funny. Jaguar Wright will have a lot to say about that. This Jaguar's name has been mentioned by Jay-Z.
You wonder why I do the freestyle rehearsal. That lady back on the stuff, she sound like she in love with him. Her kid can't even take their kids.
It was like, uh-oh, because Jay just messed up. And he was thinking about it as he was doing it. When he said that lady's back on that stuff again, he's alluding to Nicki Minaj back with the rumors of people saying she must be on drugs and all this because she seems out of her mind and all this stuff. A lot of things that she's doing. And saying that what he was trying to say in this freestyle is that her kids can't even go around their father. The father can't even play with the kids no more. Like he can't play with their kids in the park and all. He screwed up what he was about to say, but then he just etched it because he really thought about it. It's like, I really want to do that right now? Nah, I'm gonna just scratch it.
Enough of them. A rapper can't be my eye. I got MAGA Republicans. Them shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them.
So a rapper cannot be my op. So Drake cannot be my opposition. You know, it's MAGA Republicans that's coming after him. So a rapper can't be his op. So Nicki Minaj, Drake, y'all can't be his op ever. He's in a different realm. Like he's like, I'm battling MAGA Republicans, taking shots at me. You know,
I'm governed by God. You trying to break the government. I prayed for 40 days. My neck get flooded again. Wrist get flooded again. My net worth went up again. My next update, the jig is up. Nigga, I'm up 10. Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. Niggas look up the Hove. I never looked up to them.
Well, Drake just passed him as the most #1 albums of all time. Like any rapper or whatever on the charts. Stuff that don't mean anything, right? But Jay is like, look, I'm about net worth. You want to surpass me? Surpass me in net worth, homie. Then you talking to me. Until then, I'm never looking up to you. Like, we in the wrong ball game, buddy. Remember Drake said he used to look up to Jay. And then he turned into Jay. I used to look up to Jay, and then I turned into Jay. Like, whoa. And Jay knew then, boy, you are out your mind.
The crackers got your publishing gangster. Go talk tough to them. Don't talk success to me. You niggas is workers. In perpetuity is how your contract is worded. A lady goes first. Man.
Man, he stopped. Improv gratuity is go to talk. He said, go talk gangster to them crackers that got your published. Yeah, it's worded in perpetuity. He said it's in perpetuity. Check the way it's worded. Drake has signed a bad contract with Universal. He thought it was all peaches and creams and roses, and found out no, it was not. That 400 million that he got, he thought he was going to re-up and double back up, and now he's blaming them because his music isn't taking off anymore. So they're not coming with anything more to offer. And he's just not moving the charts the way they would like. And this album here is going to flop, even though it opened at #1 and it's already then dropped dramatically. This is the second week, and nobody cares about the Iceman. It's already melted, and it didn't save the world.
The Roots remember, even when the trees pretend, not too much of my name. Don't forget who I am. Hattie loves her Shawnees, SHAWN. I find it adorable she put the S at the end. You don't know, the show ain't even begin. I said, you don't know, the show ain't even begin.
So that was that. Now, that's Jay working it out. He's on stage, he's working it out. Let me do the fest first. And now people get to see me. I came back out with Beanie. He ain't done this in a minute. So it's like working out ring rust, and a picnic freestyle, cool. Getting down to the roots, right? So Jay's getting into what he's about to do and go down his progression. Now, he really didn't get a chance to go in on Nikki the way he wanted to, but he was going to talk about, her baby daddy, her ex-husband, or finna be ex-husband, and his situation with his SA case where he can't even be around other kids. So he was finna make some witty lines about how he can't even take the kids to the park to go play. But she's in love with him, it's all. It was a whole big play on her, Trump, her husband, can't be around the kids. All of these things, right? He was about to go there. And I don't know if he continues this on the next one. He might just say, I don't want to go there. But it could happen because this is not over. He'll have a whole different freestyle with the same sentiments as before. Now, what needs to be talked about is the damn wig. The Afro wig. Why is Jay going from dreads to an Afro blowout? I hope nobody believes that is Jay's hair. Okay, hey, Jay-Z's he can't go from an Afro blowout from dreads, okay? It don't happen that way. No, you can't go from that to a blowout, dog. It just don't work. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that was taking shots at Jay, from Tory Lanez to Dame Dash, and the Dame Dash thing was really bothering him. More than Drake. Drake is nothing in. The fact that Drake actually, when he says something nice about him, Drake went out his way to take shot like he's in his lane. That irritates Jay. But nothing more than what Dame was doing in recent times, talking and getting on an interview, talking about Jay and talking about, nobody cares about Roots Pinic. The album didn't make no money, this and that, and like Jay's, man, like really, really driving the needle on Jay Z. Like nobody believed he could rap. Like Dame knows how to poke at Jay's ego because he used to do this to Jay when they were partners. He would poke at Jay, they would have fun and everything. Jay's not a tough guy like that. He's an emotional guy. He does things out of emotion. Remember, he shot his own brother out of emotion. Now, the truth behind the shooting of his brother, right? Jay was upset that his brother had stolen from a girl that Jay knew, who was a friend of theirs. It was Jay-Z's friend. And Jay had bought the girl the bracelet, and the brother stole it. And he was mad because he knew the brother had took it. And the girl that bought it, she was there and was like, yeah, he put it there. And the brother, Eric, he was never mentioned in any of his rhymes. Eric was a hype. He was a junkie. He was on drugs. So he sold it, pawned it, so he can go and get some drugs. Jay was pissed about that. He had a pistol and he was mad about it. And you got him so mad. Brother Eric got him so mad. He shot him. He didn't know where he shot his brother. And he went to Jazz's old house, pacing, talking about he just shot his brother. Now, is this the type of guy that could have stabbed in the nightclub? Yeah. But did he? No. Well, him, it was a whole nother guy, which we talk about on there. Once again, I wasn't incorrect on that. So, if we're talking about factors and what really factors in and what doesn't factor in, this should factor in because there's more to come. With all of this is just the precursor. This is more to come. And I think you're going to like the finished product. Now, Drizzy Drake is going to be faced with a lot of backlash because of this, but he's also loving this. He's glad somebody is speaking up like Jay. This will only drive some more traffic back to this song as people go back to try to play it to see what songs was he talking about Jay-Z on. Oh, we got to find out what songs were that. This is important now because Hove's responding. Drake can sit back and watch, and he'll come out and make a statement, drop a single or something, with something where he'll probably respond back to Jay-Z. This thing is far from over. But what I heard is that this isn't even the finished version. The person that told me that Jay was going to do this, he didn't even do what he had did previously. Because Jay's been walking around mumbling and he thinks Jay's going to probably put out an album or a song. So it was a lot of different things happening that night. Freeway, Jay-Z, and Benny Siegel, you reunited on the stage. And that was huge for all of them there. Well, it's like some of these people just don't get it. And what they don't get is just crazy. Yeah, there's so much going on. Yeah, it's a lot going on. This hip hop world is crazy. So while Drake has shown his unwavering support for Tory Lanez, who's serving time, his riding against Jay Z just has something to do with Kendrick Lamar. But he thinks like, oh, he put Kendrick Lamar in the Super Bowl. He's my op. Like Jay works for him or something. It's like, dude, what is you talking about? You didn't have any hit records out. You weren't even an option for the Super Bowl. And as you can see, Jay made the right decision. Yet again. Now, if we're going to be looking at when people say best intentions, this is where all of the nonsense keeps coming from. It keeps coming from this interwoven, non-verbal conversations that keep happening when you start mentioning the two in connection with how it's supposed to be going. As far as like, okay, well, we need the traffic moving, we need this going. Drake might do a tour, but he hasn't even had a date yet because I'm quite sure Drake probably wants to do a stadium now that Kendrick did a stadium. So, you know how it works. Why these other people didn't come out and do what? My switch up on Drake. It's not about me. I didn't switch up on Drake. Drake switched up on us. Drake switched up on us. So if they, my thing is, what y'all supposed to do? If Drake switched up on us, what we supposed to do? Say, please, Drake, please, Mr. Drake, don't be mad at me, Mr. Drake. No, this dude switched up. No. There's a lot going on that people just don't know about the game, and it makes it very dangerous because they don't understand anything. Mm-mm. Um, there's a lot of failed opportunities, you know. But we'll see. Maybe this will open up a Jay Z album. Who knows? But the thing is, this will move tickets for his show that is not sold out. They keep telling people it's sold out. It's not. They're doing that to try to make the tickets now. People are gonna want to see Jay go off now. And so this is gonna boost the sales for the rest of those Yankees stadium shows. So that's what happened, fellas. And there's gonna be more to come. Trust me. Rock with me on this. This ain't over. Far from it. Don't forget to go to my Patreon, Carcino for Life. And I'm out.